Now I'm live. Okay, over here. Hey, B. B says we made a small homemade strawberry jam from the last of the strawberries we bought the other day. Oh, that's yummy. That is very yummy. I cooked a Jamie's cottage pie / shepherd's pie sort of situation last night. I baked it, and I used a bunch of green onion chive type things from the garden here, and it was extra good, I think. That's right, Chaos. No one puts baby in the corner. What else have I missed here while things are going astray over here in the YouTubes? Trish says I can see my comments. On YouTube you can? Try to hit up this stream here. Are you on the most current one? Trish, let me know. It's still going to be public, but you probably have to refresh the YouTube channel to see which one's live and click on that. Let's see here. B says we are using some of it to have some strawberry shortcake for dessert later. Oh, that's yummy. That's super yummy. Okay, now AI says a live spirit chat and tarot reading during Mercury retrograde. That's a little better. That's a little better than fortune telling thing, AI. I'm just saying. Well, then you're not on the live one then if you don't see me, Trish. Here. You're probably on the old stream longer. Oh, I did not want to hear that. All right. Let's see. Gonna post it back over here. Edit. Post. All right, and I will send it to you in Messenger real quick, Trish, so make sure you're on the right one. You were probably still on the old stream. You commented on the new one. All right. Just going to check one more sec. There's no comments here. Okay, well, I don't know. There's no comments here on YouTube at all. So not sure what to say about that right now because I don't want to hold up everybody everywhere. But hopefully I will see if I can make it fun. Post a hello when you enter. See if it likes. Nope, it blocked my comment again. Okay, well, I'm over it. It'll at least record it, so there's that. All right. B says I got a spoopy tarot. What in the world is that? Yeah, let's pop in the comments. Which oracle and tarot decks are your favorite to work with right now? B also says my BFF bought me a mom's ring. Bought as a belated Yule gift. Aw, that's really sweet, B. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I'm saddened. I'm saddened by the YouTubes right now. But I don't have time to troubleshoot, so I'm just going to let it record and see what happens. I suppose it's possible someone reported it, but let's hope not. So with that said, B says the tarot deck is called the Spoopy Tarot. Well, I have never heard of the Spoopy before. Never heard of it. I'll have to look it up. The Spoopy. All right. How many of you guys get angel numbers frequently? Do you work with angel numbers? Pop it in the comments here. Now, angel numbers are different than numerology. They follow a little different rule set there. Chaos does. Chaos works with it. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can see the screen a little better. You never can tell. far away, close, far away, close. That's the over 40 club over here. B says, haven't really gotten into it. Well, it's good. It's good stuff. That is the primary method that the angels and guides in general work with me with numbers. And potentially that is because I established that working relationship in late 2010. And that's what I learned first. And that's what they were able to successfully send me messages of which I understood with. So we kind of formed this connection, this language, and they always use them now. And that's the same with, oh, I got 444 this afternoon too. No, I didn't. I got it at 444 this morning in the middle of the night. And I got 222 this afternoon. But that is very good. That is very good, Chaos. We love the 444s. Trish works with them too. Have you been getting any lately, Trish, that you want to share? I got a flash goal. I don't know what that means. Does anybody else work with angel numbers at all? I've been doing more in astrocartography and natal charts. Well, there you go. That's very good. Whatever floats your boat, whatever sings to you and actually brings you information that is valid, that helps you out, moves you forward. I'm big about it being useful, you know, because there is so much out there. You could just get lost learning things like this much, all the things. And, you know, they got to be useful. I want to learn them, but then I want them to bring some sort of additive to my world. You know, be it, you know, personal growth or some new messages. I want it to work and stuff. And I say that because, you know, I've had experiences, known individuals and stuff, and they hop around a lot, which is okay as long as you're digesting, logging in your spirit journal, and you're making some momentum forward instead of just hopping in circles and stuff. So that's always, you know, it's got to be useful. And, you know, at one point I was trying to learn all the crystals I could possibly consume. And then I realized that wasn't really useful. So I just got Crystal Bible 1 and Crystal Bible 2. And I use those as references. And I stick to the crystals that are speaking to me in the moment. And I work with those. So I let it go that I have to learn every single crystal because that's kind of impossible, I think. I don't know anybody who knows them all because they're always coming out with some new stuff that I've never heard of before. I heard, something the other day. I don't even know how to pronounce the word, but it looked like a red, clear ruby. It had an R in the beginning of it, but was so weird. It's on my toxic crystals list. And hopefully we're going to have everyone be able to make it for Monday night. I postponed last Monday's Spirit Guide Power Hour because no one responded back that they were coming. So I was going to do something different for the evening because I need folks to come there so that I don't just end up doing recorded webinars. So I postponed it till this Monday coming up, the 2nd at 7 p.m. And it's open to everybody. It's if you're not in the Mystic Circle mentorship program, then it's $20. And it goes about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer, depending on our discussion. But we're going to be talking about crystals, a little bit about crystal gridding, working with the angels and crystals. And then we're going to have a deep meditation to kind of connect. So it's going to be good. And the link to join up is right in my link tree. So you just hit the Spirit Guide Power Hour and you can register right there if you guys are interested. But this particular crystal, so we'll go over it next Monday, the Monday coming up, is on the toxic list. Let's see what we got here. Trish says, I was getting 444. Now I'm getting 222. Good. You must have adjusted a bit there. Well, the 222 means, all is going to work out. It's going as planned, as divinely planned. There's a longer version of that I could read to you. But what I know very specifically when I get 222s, they're saying, Jamie, chill out. Chill out. May look different than you think. Stuff is in the works. We're working on, we're working behind the scenes right now. Just calm down. All is in right time, divine order, divine timing, all of those phrases. So just chill out. We're working on it, is what they're saying. No panic, because sometimes when we are manifesting, praying for something, you name it, we have a vision of what it should look like, what we think it's going to look like. This is what we think we're asking for. And sometimes they're adjusting things. They got the gist of it, but they have a better idea. So it's not going as you think your ego mind thinks it should be going, step by step, in different ways. The steps might look different. People might look different, situations. And then you start to feel this kind of tightness, like, oh, I don't think it's going to work. Maybe this isn't working. You start to self-doubt. The ego mind really gets at you. And usually get a 222 around then, like, don't worry. Or if something big comes up and you start to panic, I've had this numerous times. A unexpected bill comes up and I'm like, oh, where's that going to, and they just give me the 222. And usually in a few days, I'll get a new sign up, or, someone will register for a Reiki certification course, or they take care of it. They're just like, calm down. It's fine. No worries. Don't worry. Be happy, Jamie. Be asked for some good energy on 3/2. That would be the Monday. Their daughter has to go through intense testing. So, is it medical testing or scholastic testing? Oh, for her kidney. I see. All right. So with that, we're going to ask Raphael, Archangel Raphael. If it was like school testing, we'd ask Archangel Uriel for that one. That's why I asked here. Oh, AI summary again. So it seems like we're seeing 444s and 222s from those responding in here. Interesting. Does anyone have any questions on angel numbers? I don't want to give a whole class on it, but I just thought I'd open up to something angel-oriented that is useful in your daily life. Also, if you have been doing any deep meditation and have been seeing different colors, there are certain, I work with 15 main archangels. That's the how to work with your angels, level 1 class. And each of the 15 have a color. One of the first ways they start coming to you is in that deep meditative state. Now, I have specific music that you listen to in headphones as we're going through the class to help enhance your ability to kick into altered state so that they can connect with you and start showing you colors, perhaps information and stuff. But if you do that regularly, and you have a color that keeps coming up and you'd like me to see, if there is an angel that corresponds to that, so maybe it makes more sense to you why that color's coming in, feel free to ask me here. I'm opening up a Q&A. B says, lunar eclipse is happening at 3:33 a.m. on 3/3. Well, that's very interesting. I like it. So are you going to be doing anything at 3:33 a.m. on 3/3, B, for all the threes? Trish says, is 555 your only U number? Yeah, that's my only U number. And I have tried to make it not my U number. We know this. If you have been working with me for years, we have tried. My book that you can't see up here. Do I have another version over here? No. The book I co-authored, I even chose chapter 5 and the chapter title is 555. I really tried to rewrite that story. It's not happening. That is the way. Mandalorian, that is the way that they speak to me about, hold on, something rough's about to happen, but we got you. B says getting some lunar water made up and cleansing. Okay, so with the eclipse, that's not your standard lunar oil there. Do you have specific intentions for the eclipse lunar oil? Chaos says, I heard that Tai Chi is supposedly meditation and movement, and I don't know if that's true or not. Yes. And if you remember way back when you took Reiki certification with me, we talked about Qigong. You remember that? Qigong is a fabulous, fabulous thing for everyone to try out and work with. If you have no idea where to start, I invite you to DM me. I put this on you to take initiative to learn this, to DM me, and I will send you free links on very easy ways to get started with that. It is, dare I say, ancient, and it helps with your chi, your life force, longevity, healing from illnesses, chronic illnesses. Even if you're not working towards healing illnesses, if you work with energy medicine, it helps you hyper focus your energy to be able to collect and cultivate your energy in a way that is more forceful, in a way, not forceful, but more powerful, really, in its intensity. Because these days, it's almost like there are Reiki practitioners or dime a dozen, right? But not all are created equal. Some just got a piece of paper from a weekend workshop, and they're using, kind of some native energy and stuff. But then there's others that have more mastery of it and are more advanced and adept in it. So not everything is the same. And I'm not trying to say it to be some kind of way. It's just the truth. Reiki is not something you can do for 5 minutes and be a Reiki practitioner. It is a lifestyle. It is a way of being. And if you are good at it, I'm just going to say, I'm going to call a thing. If you're good at it, then you take the time to cultivate your energy every day. You do the steps. It doesn't mean you don't fumble a little. Like, I lose my temper on days, right? But I also know there's a way for me to recollect, recharge, reset, and thoughtfully think on what just happened. It may be the next morning. Sometimes it's that same evening or that same day. So I'm human, but I also know better than to let it go. I know how to bring it back. I know the tools to reset my energy, and things like that. So let's see what. Carol says, but I'm going to try it this weekend. You're going to try Tai Chi? Good. For a while, a year, I think it was about a year, there were some Tai Chi classes that I took locally with someone who's not teaching them anymore. We do it at the beach. There was just 4, 5, 6 of us. Early in the morning on a Saturday morning. It was really nice. It was really nice and relaxing. It's very steppy. So there's a lot more memorized steps than with Qigong. But it was so neat. The fact that you close your eyes, you're doing your steps, you're doing the things. And at one point we'd open our eyes and all the birds of, like, swear, the whole beach, they're just all in front of us, like staring at us, like all the birds. And I remember the teacher saying, see what your energy can do collectively, very much in fluid movement, in connection with the beautiful divine energy. It was really cool. And it happened every time we did it. I'd kind of peek and giggle. I was like, yeah, the birds are coming. Let's see here. Chaos says, yes, I remember that. All right. Very good. I'm a little behind here reading them all. Let's see. Your neck and back have not been feeling well. Definitely get the chi energy flowing. Have you been doing any self-Reiki, Chaos? B. B asked, I wonder if the lunar eclipse water would be good for healing tonics or healing topical. I wouldn't use eclipse water for healing. I typically use eclipse water more for shadow work typey stuff, because we think about what's going on there. So that's just my 2 cents there. Yeah, it is a different form, but it's a more intense. It's not what I would feel like soft healing or anything like that. It's intense is probably my best word. But yeah, I would use eclipse stuff. It has a little bit, some chaos magic uses it as well. It's a little rougher sort of jolt, but not bad. It just depends what you're looking for, you know? It's like spices in your cabinet. And you can, and I invite you to use it for healing and do journal and let us know. Come back and tell us, hey, what happened with that? Carol says, yep, and the class is at a horse farm, so I'll have a nice relaxing view. Well, there you go. That's very nice. Anything with animals. Chaos says a little bit, probably not as much as I should be working with it. Well, we don't should on ourselves. Now, Chaos is talking about Reiki. Answer my Reiki questions. We don't should on ourselves. It's very messy. But I will say, anytime as a Reiki practitioner, your very first thing to do when you don't feel good, and this is coming from your Reiki master here, if you took classes with me, if you did not, well, sign up. Let's do this thing. Your very first thing when you don't feel good is self-Reiki. I want that to be a knee-jerk reaction. Self-Reiki. Have I done a micro, mini treatment? Have I done a full-on one? What have I done here to offset this? How have I empowered the situation a bit? Because folks don't use it as much as they can. It's very underutilized. Sometimes I get the feeling that practitioners really focus on other people with it and sometimes forget to use it to fix themselves or just to recharge, even if you don't have any aches and pains, as a daily way to cultivate your chi. Ideally, in a perfect world, a advanced practitioner would have a daily regimen. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it can be 30, it can be an hour. But a 5 to 10 minute ritual to cleanse your chakras, to kind of fill yourself with divine light, cultivate that chi, and have a very good running tank as much as you can. That's like brushing your teeth, guys. And if you do that consistently, it becomes a norm. You're going to feel better on the norm. I have a new Reiki level 2, which is practitioner level, relatively new. He, earlier, I think at the beginning of this month, he got his level 2, but he has had knee problems. He's a runner. He has had knee problems for a long time, and he thought kind of running was out of his game at this point. He's a little older, but since Reiki 1, he has been doing self-treatments. He's been doing that 21-day cleanse, and then he took level 2, and he's continuing on, and he has made significant changes in his knee pain. He says it doesn't hurt. This is what he's saying. It does not hurt anymore. He's running, he's kickboxing. So it's a thing, but he does it every day, like brushing your teeth. Let's see what else we got here. B says, I feel like eventually you would become like an energetic sieve rather than a tank. What do you mean? Energetic sieve rather than a tank. What do you mean? Help me. Help me understand what you're saying, B. In just a moment, everybody, we're going to start taking divination for donations so that we can get started with some readings for tonight for those that wish to donate and get a little message from the angels from that magical realm. I did not see any questions from you guys on the angel colors or numbers. So if you did put a question in there before I move on, say it again because I didn't see it. B says, if you don't mend your vessel, your own vessel. Okay. Oh, somebody's comments got filtered. Wasn't mine, at least this time. Yes, your vessel must be mended. It's interesting. You don't have to be perfect to give Reiki, to be able to work on another person. But it is important for your own growth and own health, well-being to have a practice, or else you'll get run down. You'll get all these symptoms and you'll be like, what is this Reiki? Well, you're not using the Reiki right. You're not doing the things right. You can't just get it and then, it's just, you're not doing anything with it, not practicing it. Think about those of you that read tarot cards or oracle cards. You're doing that a couple times a week. You're picking up the cards. You're doing the thing. Reiki's like that too. You got to work it. And you can utilize your Reiki not just for self-healing. You can charge your sigils and symbols, your magical symbols. You can charge your candles. You can charge your water and then drink your water. You can use it in spell work. It's basically just activates, power punches everything. So there's no reason you can't be flowing that energy. And guys, I know I'm being a little hard on energy practitioners here, but we got to step it up. We know what to do. Sometimes we get a little lazy about stuff or just kind of blah, mediocre about stuff. And issues will build up and then you got to go and fix them. But as practitioners, you should be kind of checking your energy centers, at least a couple times a week and say, okay, what feels off? What feels tight? What's going on? Get your pendulum out, check some things. If you've taken level 2 or higher, then we've worked with pendulums. So you kind of have an idea of how to check some things there. We don't do it really in level 1. It's 2 or 3 that we do that in. There's so many ways. Bioscanning or your pets. Work with your pets. B says, oh, not number wise. I saw a video that someone said whisper magic had druidic roots. Well, bards, yes, all speaking stuff like that. Yes, there's whisper magic. I don't call it that. It's just speaking your spell. I think I do it through my flute as well. So I have a Native American flute. I have a tin whistle too, but I'm not as good with the tin whistle. So I use the Native American flute, and I will spell song. It's kind of a word that I made up, and I will sit outside, and I will just fall into it and just play whatever comes out and have my intentions in my head. So it's a transference from mental state. And for me, it's kind of sung into the universe. So yeah, in a druid, we do that. We definitely do that. And bards we use our voice for spells. Our breath and our voice. Yes. When I end a Reiki session, folks don't see that in individual sessions because their eyes are closed. But I say prayer and breathe into my hands, and then I work that into their energy system. Grace, it's why I use cleansing meditation on YouTube at bedtime. Absolutely, that's a great thing to do. To listen to a nice cleansing meditation at night before you go to sleep, or if you happen to take a nap, you can do it midday too. It's a great way to fall asleep, having your energy, your frequency tune into that frequency and allow it just to cascade with intention, even if you go to sleep. Fallen from Grace, is this your first time on here, or did you change your name? Folks in here always change their name on me and they never tell me. Oh, okay. Hi. All right. We're going to do a little bit of chakra reading here tonight for the free readings, for the Mystic Mentorship. Folks in here, we're going to do chakra readings. That's what Spirit says. You had your account hacked. Ew. We hate that. We do hate that. B says, I'm chaotic, but wouldn't do that to you. What do you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Oh, the name change. Right. Yeah. Be in the shadows. We can't sing the song if you change your name. Been singing the song for like 3 years, I think. Where's Trish? Is Trish still here? Where is everybody? Chaos got quiet too. There you go. Make it work for you. Who be lurking? Ow. Trish, no, I left. Well, good to know that you're not here right now, Trish. So I think if you were saying, if I understood what you're saying, Trish, earlier, you're not feeling so well. That's bad. We don't love that. Chaos is here. All right, so let me clear this and check in here. Make sure. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. It got me out. I'm back. Whoa. Take it easy. I hit too many buttons. Too many buttons. All right, everybody. So if you have divination for donation, if you're on YouTube, you can see it scrolling across the screen, what's offered tonight. If you're not on YouTube, what we're offering tonight is the $10 or more energy reading. I check your chakras. We pull some cards to make some sense of some things here. And you have the information to work on your energy and what is perhaps out of whack. Maybe you had a feeling, but we're going to check it and validate that, confirm perhaps, or give you a clue what's going on there and what you need to work on. For $20 or more, we're going to do a bit of that. And then after the show, I'm going to tap back into your energy and clear, reset, charge your chakras for you, so you don't have to worry about figuring it out yourself. You can wake up tomorrow with all the new information that Spirit has for you that you collected tonight, and you can just rock and roll. Oh, you're a redhead again. Lurking. All right, so if I miss your donation, you let me know. As of right now, I'm going to write down some folks that are in the mentorship program. They're going to get the chakra reading. We got Trish, we got Chaos, and B has the reading subscription. Not yet in the mentorship with the other cool kids, but that's okay. Perhaps in time. Have I missed anyone else that's in here? I don't think so. Okay, rock and roll. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw in, I thought about this. I thought about this. I'm going to throw in a $5 retrograde pull, 1 or 2 card, to kind of give you what the universe would like you to focus on during this retrograde period, these few weeks. If you're interested, that'll be $5. Hop in the thing, hop in my links, and just let me know if you donated, and I'll add you to the list. So there's the 1 to 2 card retrograde focus polls. And if you are in town this Friday at the Healing Hedge Witch in Tarpon, I will be there again, and I will be doing retrograde reset sessions. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. It's going to have a little twist. It'll be angel readings and sound healings, Reiki and sound healings with the sound bath. I'll bring the tuning forks. But the goal there will be to get more information on this retrograde period, any potential shadow work you may be needing to do. Trish will be in St. Pete. Of course you will. You're always on the other side of wherever. Let's see here. All right, so let's get started. Trish, we're going to check in on your chakras. Had some new people signing up for the Reiki Level 1, the Empowered Reiki Level 1 attunement certification course. And that's pretty exciting. I love to get new folks in there and join the family. It is called Empowered. Why, you ask? Because it's not just typical Usui Reiki. We have the foundation being the Usui Reiki, the original Reiki. And then I add in all the other things, different modalities, teach you other things. So you are truly an empowered practitioner. And you're able to connect with intuitive information, divine information, angelic information, utilize additional symbols. It is a power-packed version of Reiki, which I think is much more full and beautiful to facilitate. Traditional Usui Reiki is a little bit more. There are no chakras. There's no intuition. It's just kind of like an acupuncture session, but with energy. You work on the organs and meridians. It's a lot more tuned down, with the different options, So, and if you go to, let's see, ReikiTraining.com, because guess who owns that now? ReikiTraining.com. Reiki-training.com, by the way, I think. Then you're going to see more about this empowered stuff that I'm talking about. It is much more in depth. I mean, it's like 10 times what a normal Reiki course would be. I'll have to probably do a little video to explain a little bit more, but it's like there's no comparison. You learn when you're my student and you work on stuff, you learn. And when you get stuck, you let me know and we work it out. We don't go hiding. Whoever out there who might have taken Reiki before and not been working on Reiki now and maybe feels like they fell off a wagon or was unclear about something and didn't ask me so I could help you. I'm not calling you out or anything, whoever you might be in the world listening to this recording on YouTube. Trish says, yeah, Root Solar, we know. We don't know yet. We don't know. Sassy. All right, Trish, we're going to check this out. So, Trish, that's what you feels out? I want you to confirm via this. Or are you just being silly? As I'm working through here. Pop it in the comments. That's the norm for me. But that's not what I asked. I said, is that what you're feeling is out? Or are you just being silly? You being silly. Okay, good, because you're not right. You're a little bit right. Okay, so first and foremost, Trish, chakra that is the first one out is the crown chakra. So we want to tend to that, the crown chakra. That is an important one. That is where we receive, that needs to be open to fully receive the divine energy, divine insight. All the yummy things come from here. We want to open that up. Okay. Everything from the celestial realm, all of that. So we want to make sure that guy is open. The next one that's out is the throat chakra. So we don't want the throat chakra out. You know all about all of these. We go over them all the time. So we have crown, we have throat chakra. And then last but not least, we have the solar plexus. Yes, you win on that one. And you may ask, as I teach in my classes, how you can potentially build a story with this. So you know what all three of those do. So the universe's question to you, do you know how they're tying together and what's being thrown off? Pop it in the comments. I got my smoky quartz. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of enthusiasm right there. Okay, so you know what it is. Are you able to see clearly what steps you can take to correct that? I've not done anything spiritual at all. Okay, well, I see. Is that what you want to be doing this week, or is just the cause of having a busy schedule, or the result of having a busy schedule, not the cause? Or are you taking a time out in some way? I don't need to get into personal, just that there's a reason I'm asking these questions. I have for my next recommendation. Gathering intel, if you will. It's my Libra cup. Libra. Just been in my head about it, all in lazy. Well, that I will, it's easy to say, oh, that's not a good place to be, right? But let's put it this way. My guess is it probably doesn't feel good to be in that space. So instead of me sounding judgy and saying, ooh, that's not a good place to be, I ask you to ask your spirit, does it feel good to be in that space? And if that's a no, then my number one recommendation is a deep, deep angelic meditation to reconnect. And if it's not angelic, it needs to be high vibrational, divine in nature. So it's like this whole beautiful touching in your soul. There's something that we do, and it's like divine light comes in, and it's a beautiful thing. But basically, it shifts you out of these spots and kind of reinvigorates your spirit in a way. So that is something you're going to want to try. Now, of course, I have a bunch of meditations And a lot of the angel meditations have not my voice on them. And you have said in the past that you don't love the voice that's on there, but you can use other ones. But if you do choose to use one of those, I always ask you to, it's your ego mind messing with you when you like hear things and they irritate you in a meditation, is like in your mind irritate you, like voices or tics or stuff like that. In the Buddhist thought process, that you become one with it and you put them back there and it doesn't bother you. And, even dogs barking and stuff, and you're able to remove and go back, actually using what we learned in the mentorship program, the elevator ride, to go back there and really see what worth can be had from them. That could be a thing too. You'll try to find one. Okay. Well, if you can't find one, let me know. I'll send something over to you, because we need to shift you out of this so that you can feel better. Because it could just go the other direction, and we don't like that. It's a funk. We'll call it a funk. Some other tools, in addition to the meditation, that I typically lean on, there's a Marianne Williamson prayer book. It's not found all that often, but I will lean into those and start reciting certain prayers that have a vibration that I want to connect with. When you speak things out, you set a vibration and a tone. It's like the oming, right? So there's a vibration with each word. And it's not just a Druid thing, but we do love a good sing-song. But there's a vibration that comes about, and different words hold different vibrations. So this has been a nice little secret technique that I've used a few times when I am in a funk and can't seem to get out of it with my Reiki or something like that. Again, that's why we build a toolbox. So we have all different things to pick from, and one of those things is going to work. So I will recite these different prayers. Even the morning prayer that's in the angel class, and it's in the lessons up on the online coursework. Even the morning prayer is wonderful every morning. If you can dedicate the next 7 days to get up as you have your coffee, you say your morning prayer in private and really kind of have that moment to breathe without interruption, without worrying anyone else is hearing you, no judgment, no external factors, just you, the paper, and the divine, right? Let your soul speak in those moments. So that's also something. And I say these things because I'm telling you, folks, when I say, do this for 7 days, do this for a month, I can 99% guarantee you're going to have a shift of energy. That's how long I've been doing it with different students and clients. If they do it, things change. The trouble is we don't always do it. I've been there too. And there's times where I want to virtually kick myself in the butt. And I'm like, Jamie, what are you doing? You know better than this. You know better than this. You've been teaching it. You've been doing this for 16 years. What are you doing? Get your butt up. Follow, walk what you walk what you talk. Whatever the saying is, walk what you talk. Get it cracking, lady. Get it cracking. And then I get it cracking. It's like starting up an old engine, an old truck sometimes. So I guess I'll let you go on that one. There's obviously crystals and things like that, but energy is saying you need something different than that. You need a divine bump. Let me pull this card here for you. I'm dropping things. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys might hear me in the near future being a little more sassy and a little more forward with stuff as opposed to casual. I'm kind of, I don't want to say cracking down, but I'm getting to the business here. Getting to the business. Are we serious in life? Are we doing things, And if I know or if spirit tells me an individual could do something, succeed in some way, could do something, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what spirit's saying. And then we have some personal ownership we got to do. And this is not just for Trish. I'm just saying to the world, you know, this isn't, I'm not picking on you, Trish. I'm just saying to the world, we all got to do it. If we want to improve, if we want to grow, we got to do the uncomfortable stuff, the scary stuff. We got to sometimes just get out of bed and take a shower. We got to do it. Right, Dr. Queen? Hi, Dr. Queen. Thanks for joining. Trish, here we go. This is directly from the angels. Oy. Get ready. Get ready. They want you singing and dancing. I cannot, I want to see this. I want to see you singing and dancing and moving that energy. What's singing and dancing? It's funny, but it's so therapeutic. It can be just cleaning the house, listening to the you know, club mixes. It can be anything. It can be some, you know, 90s rap music, 2000s rap music. The spirit don't care. It's about the energy you have. So they want you to move yourself around. So, you know, you don't have to go opera singing, but they need you to physically move your body and shake stuff up. There's a stagnation going on. Express yourself. Are you with me, Trish? You probably just threw the phone like, girl, no. It's happening. I need a video of the dancing. Get those chakras moving. No, but guys, I joke. Trish says, I want to, so yes. That would be throwing the phone, or would that be dancing and singing? I don't know. Could be anything. Could be anything. So yeah, I laugh. I joke about this dancing, singing thing. But y'all can research it yourself if you'd like to, and you're going to find I'm right. It shifts and shakes up the energy. You get up, you go for a walk. You get up, you kind of wiggle around a little. You force yourself, even if you don't feel like it. You wiggle around, and sometimes I'll be in a funk and I'll just like loudly sing a line on a song. It's almost like a tension breaker. Did anybody ever used to say that? We used to say that. Tension breaker had to be done. We'd say that all the time. Tension breaker had to be done. So I'll do that, and about the second or third time it comes out, the like song type thing, I start to loosen up a little bit. I'm like, all right, okay, shaking it off. You know, be like Taylor Swift, just shake it off. Okay, shake it off. Put on some Taylor. I want to see it, Trish. Do it. Hey, dog mom. Excellent. Trish says both. Will my girls and I be okay? Well, depends on what you're doing. I'm going to throw some out there for the angels for you, dog mom. Just a single card, just a direction. Okay, the card is goddess work, dog mom. So I don't know if you work with the goddess or any goddesses at any time. If you do, you want to work with that goddess to help manifest, facilitate, to put energy towards what it is that you want right now. But goddess energy is the type of energy that will be helping you through this sort of thing. So look towards that. There's your one card. On occasion, guys, even without donations, I'll do a one card. And it's just a very basic getting you in the right direction for free sort of thing Typically, I do it on YouTube, but since YouTube is not behaving today, we had one card here. What? B says to shake the funk, put on funk. I don't know what's going on here. Trish says, don't be a smart mouth, Trish. Because Trish talks in third person. That's what Trish does. Dr. Queen, was that you with the donation that popped up and went away on my phone here? Dr. Queen. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to do the full healing situation. I love it. How about those candles? Did you see the latest ones? I have approximately 31 variations. I didn't know I took a long sheet and I wrote everything down and I counted. I'm like, oh my God, that's not counting the wax melts. 31 variations of candles with molds. I didn't realize I had so many because I didn't have them all, up there or taking pictures or anything. And Trish was on my case as well about taking pictures. So I was able to get a light box finally 2 years later. And Mr. Twin has been helping me take fancy pictures. So it really highlights them. It's not smell-o-vision, so you can't tell how good they smell until you get them. But yes, I have uploaded 3 variations so far. I have more on Etsy, though. I have some updated pictures, better pictures that I had up before on the Etsy shop. But I have a lot more to load up there tonight or tomorrow or something like that. We went on a picture spree the last 24 hours. And this past weekend, I spent the entire weekend making candles. They were all over the house. My Etsy, it's the Magic Circle Shop. Let me pull it up here. I'm so bad at that. Why do I not promote the Etsy more? It's like some sort of subconscious thingy. All right, my listings. Let's go over to Mystic Circle Magic Shop. Actually, it's right in my link tree. How smart am I? I put it in my bio there, my link tree. You should see it in there. I have, does it tell me how many? I have 14 versions of the candles on here, but I got to get to 30. Some new ones that I got were the owl, which I'm in love with. And I have a Memento Mori series now, which feels very good to me. I have the universal prayer candles now, which are going to be used like hotcakes because everyone needs either a healing prayer, a manifestation prayer, a prayer for some gratitude, prayer for peace, prayer. I mean, they're just good for everything. And of course, I have the dragon candle I was testing out to see if anyone liked the dragon candle. That's the new one. But the Dark Wizard's up there, the Sacred Gothic Pillar, the Liminal Candle, working with the realms, ritual candles. Let's see, everything. Lord Ganesha, remover of obstacles. So, the block remover. He's a beauty. The Goddess Moon Candle. She's something awesome. Oh, and I don't have it up here yet, but I have a new candle that has a Triskelion at the top. So it's a druid kind of tuned candle, energy-wise. And it has it's a kind of a triangle shape pillar, and it has the 3 different moons. It has the full moon, the waxing, and the waning moon on there. So that is really cool, earthy, druid, moon magic stuff going on. So, and I got a restock of the fan favorites, the Magic Moon Ritual candles, the circular moon with the half moon and full moon in there that you can burn in any moon cycle. And they have a flat bottom so that you can carve in your sigils and your intentions in there. So yeah, there's a bunch up there. I don't want to take up everybody's time here with this, but just saying, there's about to be even more. Dr. Queen, you like the dragons? Good. I love that. I wasn't sure. I waited like a year to do dragons. I'm like, oh, I don't know if everyone will want the dragons. Not everyone's into the dragon energy, which is also fire energy, fire element energy. It's actually quite cool. And for me, dragon energy shows mostly in flames, from the fire pit, big flames. And they speak to me in that way for kind of fire scrying. If anyone's into fire scrying, candle work, bonfires, things like that, it's fantastic. I have been on the lookout for a candle mold that is what I feel really connected to Phoenix energy. Now, I've seen some stuff out there, and it just looks like they've put a dragon on there or a lizard with wings, and I'm like, a phoenix is a bird. What are you doing? So I haven't found a good one yet. I do have a candle that works for that. It is not up here yet. I just realized that. It's the Sacred Geometry Egg. And it's good for birthing, rebirth, fresh ideas. It's really good for the times that are coming up here. Ostara. It's a popular one for Ostara because of kind of the egg shape, but it's sacred geometry as well. So it speaks to the cosmic egg, if you guys know what that is. Anyways, let me see what I've missed here. Oh, yes, mystery boxes. My gosh. I have got so many things. I have a Rubbermaid now filled with things to put into the mystery boxes. I'm ready. I just haven't been promoting them. I have yummy stuff. I'm super stoked about it. Itsy bitsy little spell scrolls, all kinds of stuff to put in these magical mystery boxes. So I need to like have some sort of picture going on that I can put up there instead of just saying it. You know, I need a visual. The other thing that I am creating that I haven't really posted up too much are the magical ritual boxes. Now I know Trish has one of these that everyone is unique. I make them. I tap into your energy, and I kind of customize them. I do make some based off of insight, even before the person decides to purchase it. But before you get it, I'm going to adjust it a little bit for your energy. Perhaps carve in or paint in a hidden spell of some sort, which would be to enhance whatever's in the box. So rune script, basically, things like that. Let's see. Okay, I didn't miss anybody else's, I don't think. Awesome. So yes, Etsy baby. I'm disconnecting now. And if I haven't said it already, thank you guys for joining me tonight. And those of you that might still be on the YouTube, thank you. Even if we can't communicate via the chat on YouTube, that's really disturbing me. I'll figure it out at some point. Do I have a mermaid candle? Do I have a mermaid candle? No. I don't think I do. When I look through potential molds, I look at how would someone use this in spell work in their magical practice. And I guess I just don't know so many mermaid folks. Because I want it to be something that's magically useful for them. That's why I think it took me so long with the dragon, because again, I work with dragon energy, but not a lot of people do. But, you know, I guess some people might just like the symbolism, like the one that I posted, that particular candle is for water dragon. It's a pale blue watery color, but they'll be in all different colors and flavors. Let's see, I'm thinking, I have a lot of like goddess work, a lot of moon work candles, a lot of, I have a Hecate candle set, and a Morgan candle set. And I have some new things coming out. And I got specific, what do you call them? Kind of presses for Morgan and for Hecate to go with these as like part of a mystery box tuned to Morgan. If you're like, okay, this is the goddess I work with, create a mystery box for this. And then if you guys don't know, these mystery boxes, I sell them and you don't know everything that's in them. You may pick a couple things or ask for a couple things, but I'll tap into your energy and receive information on what would be best for you to work with the intention that you give me. So it's, a custom magical item, which I think is useful. And that was born out of people asking me over and over and over again, what should I work with? How should I work with it? What else should I do with it? It was born out of a need. So now I have it. So folks, get messaging me. He says maybe those who vibe with water-based magic. Yes, I had something else in mind for that, but I suspect that we could do that. I was making like magical pillars for the water-based magic. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I saw a Neptune one, but again, I work specifically with Neptune. I have Neptune on my neck, but not everyone does work with that god. And there's Manan. There's quite a few different gods of the water, gods and goddesses. But yes. Okay, Chaos. You have a good night. Thank you for popping in. If you still, Chaos, if you're there and you still want your chakra check-in, message me, text me, and I will send it to you. Which one do you need, Trish? What are you talking about? A mermaid one? Morgan box. Yes. Glad you asked. I'm really excited about this other thing that I'm making. I'm not going to tell you until I have a few made and decide how I'm going to, other than put them in the mystery box, how else I'm going to sell them online. I've just made some for myself right now. I try everything first and see if it feels magical, feels good, and then I add them into stuff. Everything's been tested, folks. That's why it takes me so long. Yes, the Morgan box. I will send you info on that. Yeah, it's good stuff. Aki says it's good stuff. Hi, Aki. He's got his third eye. Oh, Aki. Can't forget to take you on Friday. All right. So Chaos flew the coop on me here. So B, let's check those chakras for your free energy reading. Oh my goodness. Let me double check that. My goodness gracious. No, yeah, that is what that is. Be in the shadows. Okay, so B, what we got going on here is we got a lot of worry energy blocking up your third eye. Your third eye's blocked up, and your root is out of whack. So worrying about home, family, career, all of the above. That we want to ground yourself, connect in. We need to keep that open. My go-to for that is grounding, centering, being at peace, finding peace again, understanding that worrying is praying for what we don't want. We don't want that. We are powerful beings, so the more we worry, the more we push energy in the wrong direction, and we're literally fighting ourselves in our manifestations. The only other chakra that popped up tonight was your throat chakra was really big, so that needs to be tuned down. So perhaps if you have been a little extra vocal in ways, that's how that presents. Some people are flat out, mouthy, sassy, bossy. It could come out in other ways, but either way, it is too big, needs to be dialed down to match the others. Let's see. B. All right. Well, you got none of those. The ones you mentioned were okay in your field right now. We're adjacent, all right. I've had migraines, hot flashes, and verbally mouthy lately. Okay. Well, how are we going to settle that biscuit down? Have you been doing any deep grounding? I know I'm always talking about going out and talking to the angels. I'm feeling a whole lot of grounding for folks right now. And not just, I did a grounding thing. No, like really, you feel the core of the earth come, that warm, strong energy come up through the soles of your feet and wrap around and spin and connect with the divine energy coming from the top. And you are a perfect element of energy in that moment. I mean, the good stuff. All right, that sounds like a whole lot going on there. And sleep is going to aggravate, or lack thereof is going to aggravate all the others. So since that is a lot to take on at once, and you're not always able to do certain things, what's one part of that you can adjust and make a change on to kind of shift the energy there? We just work on small things that we can attain. But think about that, because that is your energy reading for tonight, and letting you know what's going on there. Well, the talking bit, that is probably the easiest one to kind of manage back down and to think about, okay, is what I'm saying moving me forward? Is it useful? Is it helpful? And if you find it's voicing complaints, then we need to check back in and say, what's out of alignment to the tune of me needing to complain, like to verbalize these things. So what's out of alignment? So it's stepping back in and say, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? And then taking that apart, find out the core thing and making a little shift there. These little baby shifts make a big difference. Sometimes people feel overwhelmed when they look at the whole situation. They're like, I can't fix all of that. It's just all a mess. And that's just the way it is. Well, perhaps. Or perhaps there's one micro shift you can make that'll take the pressure off of that, maybe. Just enough to get you through another day, and take some more pressure off and just chunk at it. B says it has been complaints in the moment. That's likely due to stress and overwhelm and worry. Plus the stuff with next Monday coming up with the daughter's kidneys. Yes, that's going to be up in here, the worry energy. So for those items, I will recommend giving them over. Now, I always work with the Archangel Michael on this. If there is another kind and compassionate being that you work with, and I don't mean the Morrigan or anything tough love or anything. I mean a kind, compassionate God, goddess, or angel, or past loved one, because that's the energy you're going to want to connect with, to hand off these troubles, to hand them off and say, help me. Help me feel at peace with this. Help me understand. Help me trust that you will be guiding this, and it will be for the highest and best, all outcomes. And that's the prayer that I want you to have from now through next Tuesday. May the highest and best, for whatever your daughter's name, manifest as reality. I trust in the universe and its divine plan. I trust that only the highest and best will be revealed on that day. So whenever there's getting all that, you got to step into the divine. I know there's some practitioners that are all hardcore and everything, and I can walk the same walk they walk. You don't have to always be like rough on the edges to be powerful. In fact, it's much better when you can be, rock star, magician there, magical worker, but also be able to be compassionate and soft and channel all of that energy. Instead of going, ooh, Yep, Danu is fabulous. That is a, primal earth mother goddess in the Druid and Celtic world. That was one of the first goddesses I dedicated to, is Danu. I think she was my second year. My first experience with dedicating was to Archangel Raziel, the Merlin, the Gandalf of the angels. I was like, okay, that's a nice happy in between, because I came from a pretty much angel world into the Western magic. Then the second year was Danu. I can see her right there. I carved a piece of wood, a very primal goddess figure into the wood. And I felt that was very fitting, because she is the essence. It is a very primal, not fine-tuned with lots of statues. She's actually just very Mother Earth nurturing energy. Anyways, Hades, has always brought you comfort too. Well, that could be, I hate to always give definitive stuff to other people, but that would be leaning on the darkness and the shadow and leading into that comfortable yet not always healthy space there. So there's that. We'd like to learn and venture and work with that, but if things are hard, if you lean into that, we got to look at why maybe we would do that. Wouldn't be my first recommendation. Danu would be, yeah. Nothing against Hades. I've worked with Hades, but for specific things, more shadow work stuff than comfort. All right, let's see. We got B. So, Dr. Queen, are you still in the house? Can I get a whoop whoop? Who else is in the house? Say hello. Pop in here. Boop de schnoot. I remember when we used to get 10, 15, 20K in here. Times are a-changing. They're supposed to be changing to YouTube, but I'm having a big mad with them right now. Whoop, whoop. Man, what you talking about? Trish? Put that coffee down for a second. I'm going to need it to last. Oh, had a big man. No, a big mad. No. Just all the no's, Trish, with that. All the no's. Hey, Harley, what's shaking? All right, let me check in on Dr. Queen's energy here. We're going to reset. We need a wee bit of this action. kind of amp it up a little here. Got a lot of heart healing energy going out to you guys tonight. So I check in, make sure it's clear every little bit here. You know, every so often when it feels like it needs it, I listen and kind of clear it out and zip it up. Tickles. How many of you guys work with that? Work with crystals and energy and kind of feel charges of channeled energy coming through you, or just charges of energy moving through you? Be in the shadow. You guys are funny. Trish, girl. All right. Dr. Queen, here we are. Dr. Queen, I don't think you've seen the ritual boxes. I think there's only been 2 people that I decided to sell them to. One is an in-person client who typically buys all the candles, but I made a lot this time. So she did not buy all the candles up. She takes a big box, just loads them up. But what's neat is she gives them as gifts, which I think is really cool. To friends, and when she goes to birthday parties and stuff. She's really trying to spread that energy out. Dr. Queen, have you been doing any more meditation or anything like that? Sleep meditations. Something's working. Because your upper chakras are really open and your crown is really healthy right now. See, I don't always just talk about what's wrong. Talk about the extra good stuff too. So hopefully you're noticing the benefits, but even if you don't notice them consciously, your energy is noticing the benefits. So are they guided meditations at sleep, or is it just binaural sort of sounds? The different like delta waves and stuff. Now your heart chakra is being weird. Sometimes it started to feel like it was okay, but then it's not, but then it is. Is there something funky happening with the heart chakra area? It's being erratic. You can't decide. The only other chakra is your root chakra out. So that is your foundational thought process, work, money, security, home, family, all those core things, foundational things. That's definitely not quite right today. Dr. Queen says binaural sounds at bedtime or whatever you think you need. Fabulous. Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's lovely. And it's singing to your energy. Working on finances, says Dr. Queen. Okay. So that makes sense. So the heart thing, is that the part where you said it sounds like me, that it's a little erratic? First it's okay, and then it went off, and then it was okay. I was like, pick a side, boys. Pick a side. So the fact that it's not consistently spinning in the direction I want, regardless, something's a little off. Not completely shut or anything like that, but it could use a little love time there. And, want you to, and you don't have to do it now, but you can if you want. If not now, before you go to bed, I want you to go ahead and open up your palm chakras. There are multiple methods to do that, but I want you to make sure the palm chakras are open. You can feel a little tingle or heat. You feel some resistance there. And then I want you to take that and put it on your heart chakra. And humor me on this. I want you to close your eyes and speak to your heart chakra in such a way that you are blessing it with a kindness like you are blessing a small child. All the words that channel through, I want you to say those words. Examples might be, you're beautiful in your soul. You're beautiful inside and out. You are supported. You're loved. You're divine. You're a spark of the divine. Things like that you're going to channel through. Really open your mind. Allow. Don't let your conscious mind get in the way, your ego mind. You might say, oh, that sounds weird. That sounds silly or too fluffy. Do it. I'm telling you. That's a way they're going to. They said they're. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but they're talking about they're going to teach you how to show love to yourself, is what they just said. Teach you how to show love to yourself. I'm just the mailman here. So write that down. But I'm going to now write down these items so that I can work on your energy afterwards and go ahead and clear those for you. You still got to do the heart exercise, though, because they just literally gave me words and channeled through. I tell you, it seems to be the time of year it's starting to be for finances because, everybody's doing their taxes and looking at stuff, at least in the business world, the expenses. And, it's always an interesting shift time with the other business clients and stuff. And they want reporting, annual reporting and stuff like that. So Dr. Queen says, just did, and they'll do it again. Good. As much as you need. They want to teach you. So perhaps it's not something that you have done ever, or to the extent that they want to show you. And they say teach you because in your mind's eye, in the quiet moments of doing that exercise, they will talk to you if you let them in. And that's how they're going to teach you. I will tell you a vast majority of techniques that I utilize in my healing sessions have been taught to me through downloads. Some of the best works comes directly from source, not from a book. So exercise that, if you will. Let's see here. Dr. Queen says, started my own business. Good for you. I like that. There's a freedom in that. And there's also a bit of chains because there's never really a timeout when you have your own business. There's no 5 o'clock clocking out time. But the beautiful part is, there's not so much red tape, right? You have the ability to utilize your spiritual gifts and follow your intuition, follow the guides. You can talk to them. There's a great meditation I have. And for those of you interested, let me know. It is called Rolling Out the Red Carpet. And the meditation is with the angels, and it's designed to roll out the spiritual red carpet for perfect clients, clients that appreciate you, you appreciate working with them, a mutually beneficial scenario where they enjoy working with you, you enjoy working with them. It is prosperous in all ways and healing. And it's a great meditation when you're set out and say, okay, I need to get some new clients. Let's do that meditation. Or you're starting out this new business. Let's do that meditation. Or if this has happened to me before, I check in and, in 6 months period, I'm like, the clients I have, I'm noticing they're not really aligned with my vibe. They're not really aligned with my ideal clients. And so I do that to kind of reset the stage. And some of those may fall off once I do this reset. But it's to help align with those that aren't going to be a struggle. And they aren't going to give you a hard time. They're going to really enjoy working with you. So it's a good meditation. Okay, B, I will see you next time. And yes, do keep us posted on Monday. And we're asking Archangel Raphael to be with you and the little one on Monday. I'm just asking right now. I'm asking. Hold on. Okay, good. There was a mention, B, if you're still in here, if you want to create a symbol that you can carry with you, you create it ahead of time with all the most beautiful and divinely aligned intentions, and bring that with you. And remember, for the highest and best of everyone involved. We got to remember that. All right. Now, let's see. Okay, so let's get to some cards here, Dr. Queen, for that pull that we just did. See what else the angels have to say. Whoa, for you today. Almost dumped the entire card deck on the ground. That's more than a fly out. That's a chaos tornado. Who's still with me? It says there's 6 folks in here now. Ooh, child. And if any of you guys are struggling with feeling like you're not in the financial state that you want to be in, you want change, you want more relief, you want things, don't forget to work on your root chakra. Sometimes we're always stuck on working on our solar plexus, or obviously we love having the third eye open, which we do need open, but don't forget that root chakra. He gets forgotten sometimes. Ground and work on that root chakra. Sometimes, again, it's worry that's, creating this imbalance. So it hasn't actually happened. It's a worry factor for it. But sometimes there is a literal imbalance in the root chakra area. But just, I don't know. They want me to make sure that you guys are working on that. I don't normally talk about the root, do I, guys? Very interesting. Angels, what message do you have for Doctor? Woo, that's a zinger. Wow. And it's a fiery card. They like that you're starting this business, or that you're working towards this business. They like this. They're asking you point blank, they need you to release harsh judgments on yourself. We're going to have to let that go. They don't like it for you. The angels. They're very compassionate. They don't like it. They don't like it. They like you to see yourself as they see you, or to try. So they're asking you to release harsh judgments on yourself. Have forgiveness and compassion for yourself. This is all about the self right now. Self-employed, self-compassion, self. The first card also speaks to, funny, a dragon. There's a dragon in here. Dragon. Dragons surrounded by the elements. I love that. And like the sparkle of gold around. So it's very prosperous. I like dragons. Dragons get the gold coins and the money and stuff. So to me, there is association with power, fire, but also abundance or prosperity, at least for me. So I don't know about you. What else, guys? Okay. Yeah. I'm like rooting like it's a football team. Yeah. All right. Time of positive change. We got Archangel Michael kicking it up a notch here. Time of positive change. We are moving. The situations are changing and moving forward on your path of learning. So the changes you have made as of late are it's good. So don't doubt yourself. Don't let any external people doubt whatever, whether it makes you $1 million or not. We don't know that yet. But what we do know is divine wants you in this direction. They want you taking these steps for this growth. And maybe this is just a part of the path and it's going to evolve eventually into something else. But these steps forward, 2 thumbs up from them. Fortune is on your side, it says as well. We love that. All right. So they are all about this. Goodness. Let's see. Okay. They want you to feel strong in whatever it is that you're going to be doing here. And there may be some need to seek out professional advice to enhance your craft or to sharpen a skill or something. There's no shame in that. That's all part of the process and perfecting and providing more and better versions of what it is. See, I don't know what you're doing, and that's okay. So it might sound a little bit generic, but I think you'll know what exactly it's talking about. Remember to balance your emotions in your mental state during this time. Keep it balanced. Don't get too much on the thinking and don't get too much on the emotional. A nice balance is going to see you through well. We can't have all creativity and no, thought through a mental process, but we can't get stuck in our heads either because that will stifle the creativity. So make sure we keep the balance and check yourself. Dr. Queen says, plan on doing just that. Good. Hello, all the newcomers in the room. All right, let me ask your beautiful question here from the Mystic Forest. We do like a Mystic Forest. So is that information from the angels that helpful with your thought process on this new self-employment? Does it make you feel a little bit better about stuff? Awesome. And if you have any other questions on that, or before I pull this, you just let me know, or right after I pull this. That seems like the biggest thing they want to talk about tonight. It's always nice to have confirmation from them. We think we make really good decisions, and many times we do. Many of us have years of wisdom, but it's always good, always comfy to hear, yeah, good job. We like what you're doing. Then I'm always like, yeah, thank you. I'm going to keep doing it. From the Mystic Forest, this is what Spirit wants you to know. Ooh, this is a heavy one. It's a good one. You ready for this? Understand why they're doing the teach yourself thing. No debate. What does that mean, you say? Or you may ask. You don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable, regardless of your circumstances. You always have been and always will be. And it's not up for debate. Boom. They just mic dropped on you. That just happened. If you need me to, I can take a picture of that and send it to you. Just let me know. As I read that, how did it hit you in your energy? You're good with that? All right, good. You're open and receiving it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's not up for debate. And they have an exclamation point on there. Well, that's very empowering. It's like that reading kind of reminded me, if anybody watches boxing or has watched boxing, you know, the coaches in the corner of the ring and they're like massaging their shoulders and like, you got this. And it just totally gave me that vibe. I don't know. Strangely, I am a boxing and kickboxing fan. I did kickbox. I know, doesn't make sense. She likes the Angels and then she likes boxing. I don't know. I am a complicated creature. That's probably my other side talking. Dark Jamie. Round the world snap. Exactly. All right. Is there anyone else with a donation reading tonight? If not, I can let you guys go, I guess, to have your dinners and whatnot. It's kind of quiet in here. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, big love over here. And you know what, Dr. Queen? I like, and whenever I don't get into TikTok all that much, I know that's probably why they don't show my algorithm very much. But when I do go in, they always show me your card pull for the day. And I love that you take the time to pull the card and speak about the card. You know, just doing these things, guys, keeps you in the energy. Even if you're not feeling it that day, you're like, nope, got to pull the card, got to do the TikTok. Or nope, got to put my hands here and ask the angels. Even if I'm not feeling like I am in a space where I can do my own energy work, then I hand it over to them and say, angels, I give it over to you. I'm feeling real frumpy today, so I need you to lift that smoke. Lift the clouds of doubt from within me and fill me with some peace and some inspiration. I'm always asking for inspiration. That's my favorite. I like it. I'm like a little child in a science project. But other people might want peace and calm. I want inspiration because that makes me happy. All right, guys, you have a fabulous and fantastic night yourself. And Trish, thank you for showing up. And everybody else, thank you. Who else is in the room that I can shout out to? Time Waster Girl, you're still here. Thank you. And let that message on Instagram today resonate. Just really embrace that within, Time Waster Girl, because I'm serious. All right. All right, guys, you have a beautiful, beautiful night. There you are, Time Waster. I knew you were lurking. I knew you were in there. And hit me up on the socials during the week. I'm lingering here because I feel like there's something I forgot to tell you, but I can't remember what it is. So I guess I'll just have to make a TikTok if I remember it. All right, guys, catch you online. Have a beautiful night.